Good morning, Grace family. For those that don't know me, my name is Deirdre and I am a teacher. I teach first grade and I teach reading. So when I was asked to lead communion this week, the teacher in me wanted to look up the meaning and find out where the word comes from and what does it mean. So I did. The word communion comes from the Latin language, comes from the word communis, and it means mutual participation. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines communion as an act or instance of sharing. It's an intimate fellowship, and it's also defined as a body of Christians having a common faith and discipline. So now, as individual people, there are many areas where we have differences. Could be our eye color, our taste in music, our favorite foods, our hobbies, our sports teams. The list could go on all the different ways and areas that we have differences. But as Christians, followers of Christ, we share or hold something very special in common: our belief in God and in His Son, Jesus Christ. We have Jesus' sacrificial love in common, a love that is not earned, we don't deserve it, and yet it is freely and graciously extended to us. In love, Jesus came down and experienced life as we would, as human. As human, Jesus knew how easy it would be to get distracted at how busy and how fast-paced our lives could get. In fact, at the Last Supper, while Jesus was preparing to suffer on our behalf, His human friends were preparing to betray Him, and ultimately, after sharing the meal, His disciples went right back to arguing over who among them was the greatest. So see, Jesus knew, as a human, our mind darts around from idea to idea very quickly, and it's easy to get distracted. But in all this, Jesus is just asking that we remember Him. Yes, in love, Jesus endured disappointments, betrayal, public humiliation, and even a painful death. He modeled for us how to live and how to love, and all He asks is that we remember Him. So before we partake of the elements, let's just quiet our hearts and minds and get to a place where we can remember Jesus. In Luke chapter 22, verse 19 and 20, it says, "And He took the bread, gave thanks, and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, 'This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me.'" Verse 20, "In the same way He took the cup, saying, 'This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you.'" So, Grace friends, as we continue in our service, be blessed.